Okay, we do have a clue about how long these Nephilim lived. It is also in the book of Enoch. Again, in the book of Enoch, the Ethiopian book of Enoch, it says the following: Proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of adultery, and destroy the children of adultery, and expel the children of the watchers from among the people, and send them against one another, so that they may be destroyed in the fight. For length of days have they not. They will beg you everything for their fathers on behalf of themselves, because they hope to live an eternal life. They hope that each one of them will live a period of 500 years. And to Michael God said, Make known to Semyaza and the others who are with him, who fornicated with the women, that they will die together with them in all their defilement. And when they and all their children have battled with each other, and when they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them for 70 generations underneath the rocks of the ground, until the day of their judgment and their consummation, until the eternal judgment is concluded. In those days they will lead them into the bottom of the fire, and in the torment, in the prison, where they will be locked up forever. And at the time when they will burn and die, those who collaborated with them will be bound together with them from henceforth unto the end of all generations, and destroy all the souls of pleasure and the children of the watchers, for they have done injustice to man. Destroy injustice from the face of the earth, and every inquisition, and every iniquitous deed will end, and the plant of righteousness and truth will appear forever, and he will plant joy. End quote. Okay. 500 years, and they want to beg for an eternal life. Well, if there is a technology that allowed these ancient humans to expand their life to several thousand years, as Edgar Cayce stated in many of his texts and other sources, that does seem eternal to somebody that lives 80 to 100 years. And this text said that these Nephilim were hoped to have a life period of 500 years each. So some sort of a genetics got passed on. And I don't know if the person who created this lived 500 years or more. We don't know. But to a person who maybe not even made it to 50 in those days, if you made it to 500 or 1,000 years, it does seem that you're eternal. So here we have a clue as to the lifespan of these Nephilim. It also talks about burning them, and I've talked about ancient texts such as the Titan Maki or the Indian Mahabharata talking about weapons that burnt the land, animals, plants, and the water, very similar to a nuclear bomb. And we know that from previous work that I've done, Zeus basically destroyed the Titans by burning them in the land where they were at, which sounds like a nuclear bomb. So here again we have a clue. We did not linearly come up from an ape or some pre-human millions of years ago, and only in the last 30,000 years or the last 1,000 years become technically advanced. That is a lie. I believe we've gone through many loops, at least one or two, where we've come up with our technology and we've basically destroyed the planet. So here is your evidence. And from the book Fire in the Sky by Travis Walton, when he was taken up in this so-called spacecraft, he described not only the little grays, but blonde Nordics. So, and I believe he was out in Arizona. Again, we have something going on with these Nordics that keep showing up, tall whites. And we know that Adolf Hitler and the German scientists were brought over through Operation Paperclip via the Catholic Church, and the FBI knew what was going on, and they allowed that in exchange for the technology. And I've already talked about how things started off with cigar-shaped craft, and I already showed you newspaper clippings about Adolf Hitler and Germany's cigar-shaped remote control craft used to drop bombs on the enemies. So they probably either found some ancient technology in the oldest land on the planet, which is in the southwest of America. Incidentally, there are stories about the ant people, I believe, that may come from the Hopi. I have to double check that, but the ant people taking the Native American Siberians or whatever they are under the ground before the deluge, and then they went back out. So all of this comes together, and nothing is new here. And we're back up to the same cycle with our helicopters and ships and shuttles and bombs and nuclear bombs and laser weaponry. And I also want to point out that those cattle mutilations, to me, may be some form of microwave weaponry that burns you from the inside completely. I believe that was talked about by Tesla, and I believe that is also being used to create the crop circles. And we have a small group of elite that may not be part of the military. It may be just a rogue group with a corporation, and they covet this and keep us all in ignorance. But we have not just come up linearly. We've come up and we've destroyed this planet at least once or twice before. And I wouldn't doubt that there's some remnants of this long-living group living underground that maybe lives several thousand years, but they keep it quiet. That's it. Thank you.